Hey guys, this is Leah and I provide you with easy, beginner-friendly designs that you can use either in your paint party business or just to become a better artist. If you want to learn more, just go to therusticeasel.com. I like to share things on this channel about what I'm doing in my own paint party business. I have a mobile paint party business, which means I travel around doing paint parties at restaurants, homes, churches, wherever you can imagine. Today, I wanted to share with you what my office space looks like. So I have converted my dining room into a little area where I can get ready for paint parties, paint pictures, put together paint kits. So I just wanted to show you guys what this looks like for me. So let's take a tour. So this is our dining room that I just converted into a little area for me. And I just wanted to share with you guys a few things that I do to stay organized. The first thing is I have this closet right off my office, and this is where I keep extra paints. So lots of paints down there. I also have extra brushes, lots of paints. This is where I keep any extra kits that I have that are either going to go to a store or just have on hand. So that is what this closet looks like. As we come into my office, this right here is just an old tabletop that I have painted white. Every once in a while, as you can see, it has a lot of stains on it. I can just put a fresh coat of white on this every once in a while, bring it back to life, make it pretty, and that just keeps it real easy. And I'll show you guys, even keep a thing of paint over there. On this side of my desk, you can see I have these little cubes. This side doesn't have a ton of stuff in it. This is just extra bags, extra paint brushes. Let's see. This is just extra packing supplies. That's just random stuff. Those are cords and a dryer. Nothing and nothing. So this side, since it's so close to this window, I don't use it a lot. This is just for more extra stuff. This right here is where I keep projects that I'm working on. So these are either paintings that I want to get around to filming tutorials for, or maybe works in progress where I'm just not quite happy with them and I want to go back and kind of zhuzh them up a little bit. Every once in a while, I'll go through this area and just kind of clean it out, make sure that it stays small and not too overwhelmed by things, because as artists, we can end up having a lot of projects going on. So I do go through that every once in a while, and we'll get rid of anything that's kind of like a half project or halfway done, or I'll just repaint the canvas white so I can use it for something else. I have this trash can here. This comes in handy so much. My office is right off the kitchen, so a lot of times this ends up being a kitchen trash can, but also when I'm putting together kits or when I have extra papers and stuff, I just throw them in there. This probably fills up just as quickly as our kitchen trash can does because I use it for both. All right, so coming on this side of my table, I've got a nice little window right there. This is the other one of those shelves. This is the one that I use the most because as you can tell from the table here, how much paint, this is where I stand to put together my paint kits most of the time. So I try to organize this in a way that makes sense for me. So I just pull this out. I have my plates, my aprons, pencils, and then some cards right there. Those are easy to get to. This is where I keep my little paint pouches, my heat sealer, and then I have extra things of paint down there from kits that maybe just didn't sell. So I just pulled the paint out of them, stuck them in here, and I'll use them at some point. I also keep string kind of hanging out of this box. That is just for anything that I need string for. In this area right here, we have all of my paint pots. These are the little bags that I put my paint pots in after I fill them. But you can see just some paint pots. This is where I keep any of the little extras that like I cut off of the strips so I can use those in different projects. Just some little bubble. I pull those out of my Amazon packages sometimes. This is tablecloths. I include those in my paint party kits. I've got extra paint pots here. That's string. That's for some string art kits that I'm sort of doing, not really. And then I have permanent markers. This is more of just like an extra bin. So I've got extra aprons, extra bags, permanent markers, extra pencils. You know, it's just an extra thing. This is where I keep my 8x10 canvases. So I just throw them in here. That way I have those in case I need them. And then next I have this little cabinet. And here I just have a bunch of stuff. This is kind of why I stand right here in my office, is so I can reach this cabinet and also what's underneath in those bins. But up here I just have, these are all my templates, my papers that I include in my kits. I tried to organize them by section. So this is just generic all year round. I've got a Christmas and a fall. This is where I just keep things like a hammer, stapler, extra stickers, that kind of stuff, carbon paper. These are all of my paint brushes. So I've got all my paint brushes here, just different sizes. I collect these from everywhere. Most of them come from Amazon. So these are just, I think, 3/4 inch brushes, 1/2 inch brushes. And then this is a pack of round brushes that I get. And then also my, these are mud mask brushes, but they work really well for paint kits. That way I can just throw one of these in a paint kit. And I've got my tape here. Down here, I keep all of my paints in this container. That way they're easy to get to. And I've talked about this before, but I take those jugs or the little 2-ounce bottles of craft paint and I just fill these up with those. That way they're super easy to just grab and squirt into a paint kit or take to a paint party. These are some little bags. And then down here I have some watercolor paint. So sometimes I'll use these in my kids' paint parties or my kids' paint kits, just so it's easy. Clean up. There's that paint I was talking about. Every once in a while I just take that, do a fresh coat of white paint on my table, and then it's ready to go. It looks pretty. This is where I keep all of my paint parties that are upcoming. So I just have them all organized in there. All right. And then up here, I just keep a bunch of canvases that are already unpacked. That way it's easy for me to get to those. And then over here, this is kind of like my printing station. I have one of my Archon mounts with my projector. I've talked about that before. I really love my projector. I have a printer. Everything on top of that printer is just things that don't really have a place yet. I've got a scale here just for sending out packages. And then this is where I keep all of my paper, different types of paper, stickers, labels, all of that kind of stuff. And then I think that's about it. So here's a little overview. I've got my window, my computer with my mount. I've got my junk corner. I've got a TV. I never turn that on. But that is the entire tour of my office. I also wanted to bring you guys out to my garage really quick and show you where I keep some of my paint party supplies. So right here, I just have some extra boxes for paint kits and stuff like that. These are extra canvases that I have. And then right here, I have all of my painting designs. I have extra easels down in this tote right here. And then these are the easels that I took to my last paint party. So I always just load up this bag, put any easels that I need in there. I've got my standing easel, so that's all ready to go for a paint party. And then this is the little tote that I take with me when I do an in-person paint party. And I just leave all of my brushes in here. So after a paint party, I just wash them out, put them back in this tote. And this is where I keep, so these are all my in-person paint party brushes. And then I just keep my cups, my pitcher, some extra paper towels, some extra plates, and just, you know, a few things. And then on the day of a paint party, I just fill this up with whatever paints we're gonna be using for the design that they choose. And then that is ready for a paint party. So I just wanna show you guys this area of my garage. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you at another one.